So this is a points and peg party tier list, I guess. Yeah, we'll go with that. So if you don't know what peg party is a four-player game mode which I've covered in another video. I think it was Peg Party Explained. I could have did a little better, but you know it's online only, so it's not like I get to pick and choose when people are playing and shit. So that's why. But Peg Party is a game mode where you have you each have a board and you're all trying to clear it, and whoever has the most points wins. Now it's not like Duel because Duel you share a board. In Peg Party you all get your own board, and all your greens are in the same spot. Your purples are different, but your greens and oranges are in the same spot. You all get one board, and you're all just trying to get the most points. Whoever has the most points win. Not whoever clears the board or whatever, who does whatever the fastest. Just straight up points. So in Peg Party or in any point mode, basically, Yorn is pretty much useless. Sorry, Yorn. Once again, you're not very useful. Your super guide pretty much doesn't do anything. It doesn't get you any extra points. It doesn't help you clean the board. I mean, on some maps like Spiral of Doom, it's nice to get the slide with. Even Don't Panic with the big ball in the middle. I like using super guide on that one, or even Shadow Shine, the Knight's level. I will use the shadow shines a nice level with the sun, and it's like 11.5 or 11.3, something like that. But I like using Euro on that level, but he just doesn't get you any points is the problem. Jimmy is C because he can sometimes be decent, but the time you're looking at probably 20k, maybe 40k if you're lucky with a multi ball, but that's just not enough. And once again, we'll do Renfield again. I think Jimmy is a little better than Renfield in Peg Party because you can control his multi ball ever so slightly more. But Renfield, same problem as Jimmy, except for now instead of just dealing with bad power, you're dealing with bad power that's also luck based because you really can't control um where the free ball bucket will be even when you land the Suki ball. Even if you somehow know the timing of the bucket, you can't account for the spooky ball getting stuck on the bucket or anything like that happening. Sometimes it graces the edge of the bucket, sometimes it falls slowly, and plus there's just no way to know the velocity the spooky ball's gonna fall from. Sometimes it falls super slow and it gets stuck on the wall, or sometimes it falls downward or falls to the left. Like sometimes you have a board where the right side is empty and it falls to the fucking right, even if you try to make it go left. Like it's just such a bad power. I just don't understand why people like it. It's just so luck based. It's even more luck based than Warren's power, in my opinion. Because at least Warren's power, I get the power and then I know what I'm doing with it. That's a whole rant for another day. That's a whole nother video. Fucking spooky ball sucks. Cat Tut is horrible. He has the same problem as Yorn, but at least Yorn's ability is affecting the board somewhat. He can show you where some slides are, some long shots. Cat Tut's pyramid just does absolutely nothing to the board. All it does is extend the size of the free ball bucket, which if you already know the timing of the bucket and how to land it with certain shots, then it literally does nothing. It barely even gives you any extra points. So, because every time you land in a bucket in Peg Party, you get points anyway. You get 5k. So if you land in the pyramid, you get 10k. So you're getting an extra 5,000 for landing in the pyramid. But you get 5,000 anyway. Because in a normal game, you land in the bucket, you get a free ball. But there are no free balls in Peg Party. So you're just getting what? An extra 5k. So you have to land the freaking pyramid like 5 or 6 or 7 times to make up what a normal flippers or flower power would give you. So no pyramid doesn't help you clear oranges, doesn't help you do fucking anything. It does nothing. And if anything, I will argue that it makes it harder to land a bucket because a pyramid moves slower than a normal bucket. It moves slower, so on average, you're probably going to miss it even more. You're probably just going to land on the sides a lot of the time. So not useful at all. I can't even think of one map where I would ever make the pyramid. Now, that's not necessarily true. Like, if you're on a map that you can't get points, like Don't Panic or Shadow Shine or even End of Time, I would maybe consider a pyramid, but No, horrible, horrible power, horrible. Space Blast is amazing. I mean, if you just save it for the end, or if you save it for when you have a 10, a purple, you're getting 100k plus easily. Oh, it's going to blow the water out of anything spooky ball or multi ball kitty. They can't even touch Splork. Like certain maps, Splork just destroys. Like Peggle Land, Birdie's Crib. His very first level 4-1 dominates that level. Twin Sisters Cinderbottom's fourth level, which would be 9-4. Yeah, that would be 9-4, I believe. He destroys that level. Um, he can be good on Rambai as well. He's good on Win a Monkey with the monkey's eyes. He's good on Love Story with the two fish eyes. I mean, you can just save a circle with a purple and a 10 times, and you just get 100k like that. Like Splork is just a freebie in Peg Party. Like he's just so easy to use. Like for points, he's just a walking 100k. It's so easy. You just save a spot for blast, and you just blow it up at the end. It's so easy. I have a video, my space blast shots. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just look at that video, and you just see 100k shot after 100k shot after 100k shot. And if you just save his blast for the end and hit a purple, boom, you get so many points. It's not even funny. So Claude is fine. On some maps, he dominates, of course, like his 5-1 or Zen Frog, which is 10-5. Um, some working from home, I think the level is one or two of those levels with the two tires that that go off and on the screen. So sometimes flippers can get you like 80k, 100k points, but on a lot of maps he's just not versatile enough. Some maps he's gonna do absolutely nothing on. So he's just a boomer bust character. Sometimes he gets you so many points you don't know what to do with him, and other times he does nothing. And what really kills the flippers, there's two big things that kill the flippers. There's a timer on the flippers, and the more you flip, the faster they go. So I not really sure if there's a timer, but I think if you spam the flippers, they will go out quicker, which is not really good because sometimes when the ball is ricocheting off the wall and shit, sometimes you're playing pinball with that shit. So you really want to spam the flippers, but you really can't because that timer will go out. And once that timer's out, you can't use those flippers anymore. They're done. So it's not like in a single player you can flip forever. There's a timer on that shit, and the more you use it, the faster it goes. And there's a rare glitch in the Pack Party version where sometimes Claude's on flippers, sometimes they just don't give you the points. Sometimes his points glitch, sometimes his turn ends premature and your points don't count. It's very rare. There's a video in the Peggle subreddit from a way back when. I will have to find it and maybe I could link it. But sometimes his points glitch in the peg party mode, so be wary of that. If there was not a timer and his points didn't glitch, or at least if there was a set timer and it wasn't based on how many times you flipped, maybe he could be A. But I mean, Splork is just something better. Splork's just better. Tula's pretty good as well. You can even save her um power for the end and get a bunch of points from fevering. You hit that very last orange. Or you could use in the beginning. You clear one side of the map, and then you hit the other side of the map with the flower power. So if you shot the flower power from the right of the green, you can clear the left side, and then your shot will ricochet to the right side, and it'll hit all the pegs over there. In an ideal world, you can get like 30k from that, and your multiplier will be much higher than everyone else. So, yeah. Two is pretty good. Warren's just overpowered as hell in the points because triple score lasts for 2 turns. I mean, if you fever with triple score, you probably just win. Magic Hat is overpowered because you can just set up. It's not like Duel where you're fighting against someone's with the board. You can just set up all kinds of crazy slides and shit with Magic Hat. It gets you so many extra points. And plus 75% of the time he's excellent. You don't have to worry about extra ball. You don't have to worry about um the magic hat because it's really good in the peg party. In duel it's situational. In peg party you when you're ready for that hat you just use it, and on certain maps like vermin, twitching hour, uh trying to think of some other ones. He's very good on any map with slides, you almost always use Warren. So some maps he's just the default pick. Cinder Bottom's Fireball, very situational. You really have to know what you're doing with it. If you don't know what you're doing with Fireball, he's going to be very difficult to use. You might lag behind even Splork, but when you do know how to use his shots, he's a walking 100k as well, because even on the Xbox version, the Fireball is much larger. It covers a lot more pegs in the Xbox and PS3, so he can get basically 75 to 100k per Fireball shot if you really know what you're doing. I mean, just look at my video once again, the my best Fireball shots. I think it's my pinned video actually. So at the time of this, it could change later whenever you're watching. But my best Fireball shots, um, I have a bunch of 100k Fireball shots because it's easy for me. It takes practice, but once you get to know his character, it's very easy to just get those shots like that. So, and he clears oranges. He can target an area just like Electrable can. So he can target an area for a bunch of oranges, or he can target the purple when his multiplier is up with the Fireball. So Lord Cinderbomb is very, very good character. There's really not much else to say about him. Fireball's good, gets you points, clears the board. Best at clearing the board, but clearing the board in Peg Party doesn't mean too much. Uh, it's not that great to clear the board because you only get 10k for each extra ball you have, so it's not very great to emphasize speed, it's more efficiency. Because in a given turn, you're going to get more than 10k, so there's no reason to really clean it early, you know? So who is very good? Is he better than Cinderbottom? I don't think he's better than Cinderbottom and Warren, because sometimes his Zen shot does have a mind of its own, and he always targets that other green, and you want to save your greens for the end in Peg Party. Unless you're Claude, Jimmy, Renfield, and Tula, you always save your green for the end in Peg Party. Well, Pyramid has to hit his early because you want to get the most value 5 turns, but you're not going to be Pyramid anyway if you're really trying to win. Unless you're just fucking around, then you'll probably be Captain. But if you're really trying to win, you're not going to ever be Pyramid. So um, like Master's just good. I mean, we know what his Zen shot does. He's gonna get you a bunch of points. He's gonna do crazy ass shots. He's gonna bounce off the bucket and shit. He's gonna hit purple pegs. He's gonna get oranges. He might even clear the board sometimes where it looks like it's impossible to clear. So you really want to save Zen for the late game where those shots get harder and harder. You know, I don't need Zen in the early game when I got all these easy slides and I have the board and I just have to clear a bunch of oranges. But yeah, I need you in the late game when they're asking me to do crazy shit, or I only have 10 shots to beat the level. So an Electro Bolt is going in uh SS, because if you play any kind of Peg Party, if you play on the PS3 Xbox, you know. That's what I'm gonna say. You know about Electro Bolt. Electro Bolt just wins every fucking game. Every fucking game Electrable wins. Electrable is so dominant in Peg Party. If you clean with Electrable, like I said, Splork and Fireball, they're 100k. Electrable's 200k, 300k. If you clean with Electrable and you hit the purple, I mean, if you hit the purple, you're gonna hit the purple. You're Electrable. You can literally fish for any part of the map at all and just zap it to shreds. The first Electrable is gonna get you so many oranges, and then the second one, you're gonna clear it. You're gonna hit that last orange, hit that last purple, and then you're gonna hit all the pegs after your Electrable with your normal ball. And by then, you're gonna get like 300k, 200k at the latest. I mean, I have a video of the overpowered ability of Electrable, just 200k, 100k shots just back to back, and it's just so easy. Electrable's the only character that's not really map dependent. You can use her on every single map in the game, and you're gonna get points. So because even Fireball, you're not gonna use Fireball on like Peggle Land. You're not gonna use Fireball on like I don't know, Birdie's crib. You're not gonna use Fireball on Don't Panic. But Electrable, you can use it on every single level in the game. Even Zen, sometimes you don't want to use on certain levels because it's hard to hit the oranges. And if you don't hit oranges, Zen is not going to give you a lot of points. But Electrobolt, man, it just fucking wins. It just wins every single game. It's so hard to beat someone when they're Electrobolt. They know what they're doing. They're just gonna win every single game, man. And if you think that's wrong, then you can come play me on Xbox. I'll pick Electrobolt. I'll win every time. And I'm not even one of the greatest players at the game, but if I pick Electrobolt, I'm gonna win every time. So, you know, that's just how it is. Maybe I'll show off some games, but Electrobolt wins every time.